All right. Look at that. Let's get the dead leaves out of here. Welcome to Putting on a Better Face. First Zoom edition. This is kind of new. All about trying new things and getting rid of the old and dead things best I can. It's a work in progress. I'm ZGALA. In case you don't know, now you know. And this is the part of the day where I try to make this situation look a little bit better and talk about whatever's on my mind. And this is the first time I'm doing this on my webcam instead of my camera. I'm trying out the audio. I'm noticing all the flaws and imperfections. And that's a big part of what this is about, just being a human being, flawed and imperfect and beautiful and in progress as I am. Hopefully to encourage you and give you permission to be your flawed, beautiful, wonderful, in progress self, because that's what we're all doing here together. I usually start off by reminding you this isn't a makeup tutorial, in case that's not obvious. Although as I do these and think, oh, maybe I will turn this into that. We just never know. Working with a modified melted eyeliner pencil, old school way. I actually have a little foundation on today, which I don't normally do at all. And you probably can't even see it, but I can kind of tell. Just smoothed it out just a little bit. And the reason I did that is because I was planning on going snowboarding, and I literally still don't know. It's windy up there. It's my last chance of 2023 to use my pass, because then there's some blackout days, and I got family stuff going on Christmas Day is the last day that my pass would be good before blackout days. So it's already running late. I kind of slept in later than I like to some days. It was like 7 when I got up. Sometimes I get up at 5 lately. So it's already like 10, which is the time most people would be wanting to get up there. And it's an hour and a half away. And I still got to go to the bank because my bank account's in the red. I've been living in the red zone for enough years that it doesn't freak me out as much as it probably would not freak you out. It'll freak a lot of people out, but that doesn't make you stronger or kill you, as it turns out. It does kind of wear on you, actually. The whole living in the red zone, that is. In any case, that's my yammering about should I go or should I stay? I got lots to do. I know it's good for me, though, even in the wind, even with the long drive, even with the red numbers. I think I just saw a mouse in my house. That's another issue I hadn't planned on dealing with. Good, is it? Does happen this time of year. They come inside, the little critters. That's like a little sign reminder that I do have a lot of things to do around here. And so I suppose what today's ramble is about prioritizing, maybe, and finding meaning. I was just reviewing some of Viktor Frankl's work, who I just recently realized was maybe trying to counter or add to. I think he was trying to counter Freud's work in a way. And I'm going to dive more into that, but I think I agree with a lot of that idea. Like, meaning is both made up and super important. And whatever choice you or I makes, like whether I stay or go, whether I go to the mountain or I stay here and try to get rid of that mouse that seems to have moved into my house. Either way, life will go on. It doesn't really matter. It's about the story. It's like, what will make me feel good? What will make me the most productive in this life by way of feeling good. This reminds me that I've lost my good glasses, speaking of feeling good. And the eyebrow hairs, they just keep getting out of control. You just look away for a second and they come just pouring back in. It's kind of just one of many examples of the silly things that I and we do as humans. For what? I'm not sure. For because feel like it, I want to. From putting on makeup to snowboarding to making money to not making money to telling stories to falling in love to trapping or killing mice to feeding them, keeping them as pets. We do all these crazy things. And in the scheme of the bigger scheme of the universe, it doesn't matter. It just matters how you tell the story to yourself and how you, oh, sorry, I'm like out of frame. I just realized how you feel about it, how it sits with you, how it feels in your body. I I know there's some of you out there just screaming at me, disagreeing, or maybe changing the channel for various reasons. Wouldn't blame you. It's all right. But maybe there's some of you who are thinking along the same lines and picking up what I'm putting down. Let me know if that's you. Or if you got a question about, you're like, what are you saying, girl? It's all right. I understand. It's a work in progress. That's the point. It's an ongoing work in progress. Truth, I believe truth is fluid, that we're sort of all making it up together collectively. Not just us humans, but consciousness on a grand scale, which does make it complicated, doesn't it? And also simple, back to my original point. The simplicity of it is it's all made up to a degree, at least from our capacity. Like this human body is only capable of taking in some of it. It's taking in way more than we're even conscious of, and still it's a very limited amount. And so we're doing the best we can with what we have from where we are to make a good life, to be a good human being, to be a good earthling. I say we, I guess I'm just speaking for myself, me, but I feel interconnected with all things to some degree, and in that capacity, I think we are all doing the best we can with what we have from where we are, all evolving, whether we like it or not. That's to me one of the keys is to learn to like it, get what you get and pout. Get what you get. You can pout and miss out. You can love it. You can be the change that you want to create. All those are options, and there's a good chance if you're anything like me, you're not going to do any of them perfectly, whatever you choose. There's a good chance you can fuck some of it up. I hate to break it to you. I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or a Pollyanna or any of those things. I'm just trying to be me. And the me I'm being is pretty much made up in more than one way. And the me that you are is probably made up too. We're like these I like to say multi-dimensional, but whatever that means to you, we're fractured selves, we're stories, we're incomplete and imperfect memories, batches. It's kind of remarkable, really. I mean, it is back around to like just loving it and getting what you get and enjoying it. There's so much to enjoy about this life. It really is remarkable, isn't it? It is. I mean, here's a thought experiment I love to do. So I love to do it when I'm feeling down, actually. Right now, I'm not feeling so down, and I'm grateful for that. But I do feel down a lot, especially lately. It's a tumultuous, turbulent world. Tough word, and a tough world. When I'm feeling down, I like to do this thought experiment. Pretend like you're a entity without a body. You don't have a life. Maybe you're God, or uh a tiny shiny speck of that is all. I'm not trying to say you are that or get into that, although this thought experiment works with however you want to conceptualize that. A being without a body, without a real life, but a being that's conscious, a consciousness. And then imagine that you find yourself like plunked down into your body, your life, right here, right now, with all your pains, all your worries, all your troubles, all your perceived limitations, all your stories about your memories and your life. And you don't know how long you're going to get to stay. You don't know how much of that memory is true and untrue, or what's, just exactly like you are now, really. You don't know, do you? And then the option is what you're going to do. How are you going to feel? How do you feel about that? For me, I love this thought experiment because I feel fan-fucking-tastic, regardless of, like, even if I drop dead in a minute from now, or if I have this one day, or if I have 500 years, it's fan-fucking-tastic. I already did this part. It's not showing up over on that camera. Let me know what you think of that. If you do that thought experiment, I'm curious. I know there's times, and perhaps if I were at, maybe I'll watch this back and listen to myself and think, yeah, it's not pretty fucking far from okay right now. I feel like that plenty of time. But when I switch to that broader perspective thought experiment, which is one of the tools that I like to use often, which reminds me of a big deal that I wanted to tell you about. I'm writing a book. I'm almost done with it. I've been working on it all year. I was working on it in my mind for a couple years before that. It's my most useful, hopefully, book that I've written yet so far. I've written some others and produced some others, 47 Truths, and my Head Hutt book, and my Flower Love books, and my Practical Healing books. All of those have been great endeavors, and I'm proud of them in their own ways. This book, The Shift, is my greatest endeavor yet, and feels like it's opening the doors to a lot of things. And in that, it started off, it was going to be called the 2-Minute Tool Book. And I still have a section of it that is that, which, by the way, I will be actually giving away in a short PDF. That was going to be one chapter, and it's sort of gotten blown out. Pardon me while I pick up the thing I dropped. Yes, if you're interested in that, hit me up. Send me an email with note that you would like to be on my mailing list for that book, and I will put you on it. I'm going to get more formal about that in the very near future, but I'm trying to get used to mentioning it all the time. So there you go. The Shift, I'm working on it. It is about being present in the moment. It's about taking responsibility for our own lives and recognizing that there's this ongoing process that we're going to have to get better at if we want to make it into this next evolutionary step, I believe. That sounds serious, doesn't it? I think it is kind of serious, but I also think life is far too important to take it too seriously. So lighten up. It's my unsolicited advice. This has been another edition of Putting on a Better Face with Aunt Angel. That's me, aka ZGALA. I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for being you and letting me be me. I hope that you will stay curious and stay courageous and stay free to the degree that you can. Remember to breathe and smile, whatever else you're doing. You are worthy of your own love. Check out the description for ways that you can support me and connect with me. Give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Why don't you? It's the least you could do. Thanks. I'll be seeing ya. Ciao for now.